allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. To the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of the Act, the Fort Lee Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published on October 17th, 2025, and posted on the district website at www.flboe.com, published in the board's designated online media outlet newspapers, the Record and Star Ledger, filed with the clerk of the Borough of Fort Lee, and mailed to all persons, if any, who have requested said notice. Please be advised this meeting is being recorded and may be broadcasted on local TV and online at a future date. The Open Public Meeting Act allows for remote participation at board meetings and defines meeting as any gathering, whether corporeal or by means of communication equipment, which is attended by or open to all of the members of a public body, held with the intent on the part of the members of the body present to discuss or act as a unit upon the specific public business of that body. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Byers-Ken, Ms. Colbath.
Here.
Mrs. Curry.
Here.
Mr. Knight.
Here.
Mrs. Cotan.
Here.
Mr. Lopez.
Here.
Ms. Morel.
Here.
Mr. Rubino.
Here.
Mrs. Richter.
Here. The board will be convening to executive session to discuss legal, personnel, and other confidential matters. The board will reconvene into public session at approximately 7:30 p.m. We have a lot of things on the executive session agenda and it is packed. So approximately 7:30 p.m. May I have a motion to go into executive session?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Morale, second Rubino, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of the Act, the Fort Lee Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published on October 17th, 2025, and posted on the district website at www.flboe.com, published in the board's designated online media outlet newspaper, the Record and the Star Ledger, filed with the clerk of the Borough of Fort Lee, and mailed to all persons, if any, who have requested said notice. Please be advised this meeting is being recorded and may be broadcasted on local TV and online at a future date. The Open Public Meeting Act allows for remote participation at board meetings and defines meeting as any gathering, whether corporeal or by means of communication equipment, which is attended by or open to all of the members of a public body, held with the intent on the part of the members of the body present to discuss or act as a unit upon the specific public business of that body. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Byers-Ken.
Oh, here.
Ms. Colbath.
Here.
Mrs. Curry.
Here.
Mr. Knight.
Here.
Mrs. Cotan.
Here.
Mr. Lopez.
Here.
Ms. Morel.
Here.
Mr. Rubino.
Here.
Mrs. Richter.
Here. The board convened executive session at 6:30 p.m. to discuss legal, personnel, and other confidential matters. Ms. Colaszo, will you begin by sharing the superintendent's report?
Yes, thank you, President Richter. Thank you, everybody, for being here in person and on Zoom. Unfortunately, due to our start time, our high school representatives did leave early. Well, not early, but they had to go and take care of other things that they had to do. So on behalf of the high school, I just felt that it was fair for me to read the report that was prepared. So thank you to Nyasha, Chidima, and Kyra from Barros for attempting to join us tonight. On October 17th and 18th, the Fort Lee Model United Nations Club attended the Dwight Englewood Model United Nations Conference, where 6 out of 15 delegates earned individual awards within their committees. The awards are as follows: Outstanding Delegate, Kareem El Mala and Stephen Chan. Honorable mention, Cheech Lee and Arnav Chari. Verbal commendation, Rebecca Friedland and Emmanuel Garcia. The Model UN Club is proud of our delegates' accomplishments. For Arnav Chari, Rebecca Friedland, and Emmanuel Garcia, this was their very first conference, so congratulations. Mabel Leone captured the freshman Bergen County Championship title at the Bergen Meet of Champions this past Saturday. She is now the fastest 3K runner among freshmen in Bergen County. Senior John Walsh and junior Daniel Balgo sprinted through the finish line together at the varsity Bergen Meet of Champions to break the Fort Lee School record in the 5K race. They placed in the top 20 in Bergen County's best runners, respectively. The football team beat North Bergen last week in the semifinal round of the Ivy League Championship. Their historic run continues as they face Richfield Park for the Ivy League title at the championship game this Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the James J. Braddock North Hudson Park in North Bergen. Fort Lee High School football has an undefeated season for the first time since 1932.
Anytime we get loud, that's what happens.
Microphones like that last one. Congratulations to the boys varsity soccer team for clinching the American League Big North Division title. The boys soccer team will be heading into the state playoffs, currently ranked 6th in the state of New Jersey. Congratulations to the volleyball team for clinching the American League Big North Division title. Congratulations to the boys and girls cross country teams for clinching the American League Big North Division title. Congratulations to the girls tennis team for clinching the American League Big North Division title. Orchestra/chorus performed at the Fort Lee Senior Center last Thursday. On Friday, October 24th, 100 international students from Dokdon Global High School in South Korea participated in a cultural exchange day. Fort Lee High School students hosted an amazing event which included tours of the school, classroom visits, culture performances, and team building activities. It was a memorable day filled with friendship, learning, and connection that all students and staff will remember for years to come. And thank you to the Fort Lee High School staff, the administration, and Christine Dado for their work in putting that day together. I was there and it was a really wonderful experience. Key Club, current projects, knitting project, 20 knitted items, blankets, gloves, etc. to donate to youth homelessness. A food drive that collected 75 items. Sock drive that collected 50 pairs of new socks. Starting new elementary school tutoring program by the end of November. For the debate club, the Fort Lee High School varsity debate continues its winning streak with Henry De Jesus and Jaden Chang winning first place in both tournaments and going 8-0. Additionally, in the most recent tournament, Henry was placed second best speaker and Jaden Chang third best. Eliana Kim was also recognized as a first place judge. And finally, on October 3rd, 40 Fort Lee High School students participated in the Bergen County Board of Election Commissioners High School Poll Worker Program. Through this program, students received training to serve as poll workers during the upcoming elections. It was truly a rewarding and exciting opportunity for all those involved. So a lot of good stuff coming out of Fort Lee High School. And now, President Rick, I'd like to transition to the assessment results presentation. So I'm just gonna head over there.
Okay.
So I'll block the screen. So I'll just block the screen. Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure now to present the spring 2025 assessment results for the Fort Lee Public Schools. This presentation will provide an overview of student performance across multiple assessments, including advanced placement, AP, international baccalaureate, IB, SAT, ACT, dynamic learning maps, or DLM, and the New Jersey Student Learning Assessments, or NJSLA, from the spring 2025 administrations. These results reflect both our students' strong academic ability and the collective effort of our teachers, administrators and families. And tonight we have our Fort Lee administration joining us. So thank you for your patience in waiting. It's nice to have you here. Next slide, please, Jason. As we begin, it's important to remember that each assessment provides one snapshot of student learning at a single point in time. These results are not the sole measure of success, but they are valuable tools for reflection and continuous improvement. True student achievement is reflected in daily learning through lessons, discussions, and projects that make learning for our students relevant and meaningful. So our goal is to use these results to always inform instruction, align our curriculum, and ensure that we are doing our best to make sure students have access to high quality learning opportunities. And now I would like to introduce Ms. Kate Drumgoole, our school director of school counseling services. She is going to go through the next one.
Good evening. Next slide, please, Jason. So the data portion of the presentation will start with this slide, which represents the 4-year graduation rate for the 2025 cohort at Fort Lee High School. To earn a diploma, students must successfully earn a minimum of 120 credits, including required credits in specific content areas. In addition, students must meet the state graduation assessment requirement, which can be done via one of 3 approved pathways. It is important to note that students must participate in the first pathway, which is the NJGPA, in order to access the second or third pathway. Students graduating in the class of 2025, 2026, and 2027 must also complete the FAFSA, or the New Jersey Alternative Financial Aid application. That's a New Jersey state requirement. This slide provides an overview of the pathways students in the class of 2025 use to fulfill the graduation assessment requirement. As previously mentioned, the second pathway includes competency tests, such as the PSAT, the SAT, the ACT, and the AccuPlacer. Next slide, please. This slide presents 3 years of advanced placement data in our math, science, and business courses. Across these subjects, Fort Lee High School students continue to perform well with several courses: Computer Science A, Statistics, Chemistry, Physics, Macroeconomics, and Microeconomics, showing increases in performance between the spring of 2024 and 2025. Fort Lee High School students outperform the state averages in Calculus AB, Calculus BC, Computer Science A, Statistics, Chemistry, Environmental Science, and Microeconomics. Next slide, please. In the AP Humanities, we continue to see growth in a number of courses to include English Language and Composition, English Literature and Composition, U.S. History, World History, U.S. Government and Politics, Japanese Language and Culture, 2D Art and Design, and all show an increase in the performance again since the last administration in the spring of 2024. Our students outperform the state averages in English Literature and Composition, U.S. History, World History, U.S. Government and Politics, Japanese Language and Culture, and 3D Art and Design. Next slide, please. This slide displays a 3-year comparison of IB score data. The highest possible score on an IB exam is 7. A score of 4 or higher is considered proficient. Fort Lee High School students have once again performed above proficiency in nearly all content areas. Score improvements are seen in English HL, History HL, Math SL, and Film HL. In the graduating class of 2025, 15 IB diplomas were earned. There are currently 5 diploma candidates in the senior class and 73 students enrolled in the pre-IB program. Next slide, please. This slide presents a 3-year comparison of SAT scores by cohort. An overall trend is that the scores have been gradually increasing from 2023 to 2025. Evidence-based reading and writing rose each year, while math stayed roughly stable. The mean increase showing a slight overall improvement. Fort Lee High School will again participate in the SAT School Day program in the spring of 2026. Therefore, all juniors will take the SAT on April 15th. Next slide, please. This slide shows a 3-year comparison of ACT scores. For each section, the score is on a scale from 1 to 36. Next slide, please. And at this time, I'll turn the presentation back over to Ms. Collazo.
Thank you, Ms. Jungle. Now I will present the results from our dynamic learning maps, or DLMs, from the spring 2025 administration. Next slide, please. The dynamic learning maps, or DLMs, are alternate assessments designed for students with IEPs in need of significant learning support. These computer-based assessments allow students to demonstrate knowledge and skills in more interactive and accessible ways. Through the DLM, we're able to measure progress in English language arts, math, and science across select grade levels. The results provide valuable information that will help teachers individualize instruction for these students. Next slide. These are the 4 performance levels for the DLM assessments: emerging, approaching the target, at target, and advanced. Each level represents a different degree of understanding and application of essential academic skills, and these categories will allow us to see where students are demonstrating mastery and where we can provide additional support. Next slide. This slide summarizes our district's DLM results for spring of 2025. As you can see, participation rates exceeded 90% in ELA and math, with 100% participation in science. Most students performed in the emerging or at target ranges, reflecting both individualized instruction and some progress towards their learning goals. And if you take a look at science, you will see the ends there, and in order to protect student privacy, that end signifies that we are not permitted to publicly report on the DLM science results because this tested group consisted of less than 10 students. Next slide, please. Students who are administered the DLM benefit from highly individualized programming and supports that are indicated in their IEPs. Their IEPs are designed to target meaningful, specific academic growth, and the ultimate goal of these assessments is to foster independence and confidence, but also prepare our students for beyond their education in our K-12 district. Next slide, please. And so now I'll move into reporting on our students' performance on the spring 2025 administration of the New Jersey Student Learning Assessments, or the NJSLA. The NJSLA is a computer-based assessment that measures how well students are mastering the New Jersey Student Learning Standards at specific grade levels in 3 content areas. For English language arts, we test in grades 3 through 9. For mathematics, we test for grades 3 through 8, as well as in our Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2 courses. And science, we test in grades 5, 8, and 11. Student results on the ELA and Math NJSLA are reported across 5 performance levels. Level 1, not meeting expectations. Level 2, partially meeting expectations. Level 3, approaching expectations. Level 4, meeting expectations. And level 5, exceeding expectations. However, for science, there are 4 performance levels. Level 1, below proficient. Level 2, near proficient. Level 3, proficient. And level 4, advanced proficient. This slide highlights our district's participation rates for the spring 2025 NJSLA administration. Across all tested grades and subjects, Fort Lee achieved participation rates about 96%, with many grade levels at or near 100%. Next slide, please. So let's begin with English language arts. The following slides will review our district's performance on the ELA and NJSLA, including overall achievement and areas for continued focus. Next slide. So I thought this year we'd start a little differently with our notable achievements and findings. So we're happy to report that overall 73.3% of Fort Lee students met or exceeded expectations on the spring 2025 ELA and NJSLA. This represents a steady upward trend over the past 3 years from 71.7% in 2023 to 72.2% in 2024, and now 73.3% in 2025. Our students in grades 3 through 9 outperformed the state average by 17 to 24 percentage points. And notably, third grade students increased their levels 4 and 5 scores by 4.5 percentage points. Also, based on our, as you can see, 79% of students in grade 6 met or exceeded expectations, so showing growth from last year's administration in the spring of 2024. Level 4 and 5 scores for grade 7 students increased by 4.8 percentage points for the spring of 2024. 8th grade students increased level 4 and 5 scores by 4.1 percentage points from 7th grade. And when we reviewed the district's evidence statement analysis, we found that further support is needed in figurative language, word meanings, author's purpose, and central ideas and themes. This bar graph displays the distribution of student performance in English language arts by grade level. You can see how the majority of our students fall within the meeting and exceeding expectations categories. We also want to celebrate that in grades 4, 7, and 8, the percentage of students exceeding expectations is greater than the percentage of students meeting expectations. So this does demonstrate the strength of our overall instructional program and the readiness for our students to receive higher level activities in literacy. Next slide. Here we're comparing Fort Lee's English language arts results to the state averages. And as I reported in our notable findings, across every grade level, Fort Lee students continue to outperform their state peers. Next slide, please. This slide presents 3 years of comparative data by grade and performance level. If you look to the far right, those last 2 columns, you'll notice a general decline in the percentage of students in levels 1 and 2, and a stable or increasing percentages in levels 4 and 5 at most grade levels. Most notably, we see an increase of 11.4 percentage points in advanced proficiency in grade 3 over 3 years. And another notable achievement to point out is that when you track the 5th grade cohort in 2023 to their 7th grade year in the spring of 2025, this cohort of students actually increased advanced proficiency by 23.4 percentage points over 3 years from 5th to 7th grade. Next slide, please. This chart isolates the percentage of students in levels 4 and 5 over the last 3 NJSLA ELA administrations. You can see that in grades 3, 6, and 7, proficiency rates show increases over 2 to 3 years. And while we do see a decline in overall performance in grade 4, we are continuing to see consistent growth between grades 3 and 4 year over year. Next slide, please. This slide presents performance levels by subgroup. While performance varies among the groups, the overall performance data shows that the majority of students in each subgroup achieve proficiency on the ELA and JSLA. Next slide, please. This chart highlights the comparison of achievement in ELA within the same subgroups from the previous slide over the past 3 years. Fort Lee has seen either stable performance or upward movement across most groups, demonstrating that we are trending in the right direction for most of our subgroups on this slide. Next slide, please. This slide provides another lens on subgroup performance on the NJSLA for ELA. It's important to note that on this particular slide in these subgroups, students may be included in more than one group. The majority of our economically disadvantaged and students with 504s are achieving proficiency. However, there is still work ahead regarding monitoring the growth and responding to student needs in all subgroups, particularly our students with IEPs and our multilingual learners with regards to English language arts. Next slide, please. This chart again highlights the comparison of achievement in ELA within each subgroup over the past 3 years. And we can see that performance in each subgroup is holding steady across the last 3 years of administration. So this is a new data point that we're adding this year in the presentation. This slide focuses specifically on the performance of students who have been enrolled in the Fort Lee Public Schools continuously since kindergarten. And so when we actually compare these results to the overall grade level data on the earlier slide, we are able to confirm that students who have received their entire education in Fort Lee achieve higher performance levels of proficiency in English language arts by an overall average of a little over than 6 percentage points. So this trend highlights the strength of our K-12 instructional continuum, and it's also really encouraging that sustained exposure to our instructional programs in our school district do produce strong academic achievement over time. Next slide, please. Oh, thank you. And so now moving on to strategies and interventions to maintain and build on this progress, the district has implemented and will continue to implement several targeted strategies and interventions. We are using ongoing progress monitoring through our STAR 360 benchmarks and curriculum-based measures. And while I do say that every year, each year we add a new training component to assist our teachers and our administrators and our staff becoming more and more proficient at analyzing our district benchmark data. CBM, or curriculum-based measures, were implemented this year to provide more specific data points for our K-3 students. And we've done major curriculum revisions, including the adoption of HMH into reading, which is grounded in the science of reading for grades K-5. We've also adopted Reach ESL for grades K-4 to provide more of a cross-curricular experience for our multilingual learners. Professional development will also continue to focus on aligning instruction to standards, building foundational literacy skills, and like I said before, continue to use data to drive targeted instruction. Next slide. In addition to those strategies, we also continue to expand our academic support programs with regards to English language arts. This includes the WIN initiative, which we are expanding to additional grade levels in our elementary schools this year. We continue to offer basic skills at grade levels 1 through 6, smart readers for grades K-2, our essentials programs at the middle school, as well as our strategies programs at the high school, and including our multilingual supports for kindergarten through grade 12. We've also invested in supplemental literacy resources such as Wilson Foundation's Orton Gillingham training, Lililo, Freckle, Nearpod, Diffit, Nuzella, and Lexia. All of these supplemental resources are used to support our students. And finally, as an additional support, we will offer after-school tutoring to students who meet eligibility criteria. Next slide, please. And now we will turn to mathematics. Next slide. Again, to start off with our notable achievements and findings, overall math proficiency grew by 5.5 percentage points over the last 3 years. So we had 60.4 proficiency in 2023, 63.5% proficiency in 2024, and 65.9% proficiency in 2025, showing sustained improvement over the last 3 years overall. Performance in grades 3 through 6 remains strong, with grade 3 showing 5.6 percentage point gains in levels 4 and 5. Grade 7 achieved an increase of 6.1 percentage points in levels 4 and 5, marking 2 consecutive years of upward growth. Grade 8 had a 5.4 percentage point gain in proficiency. Middle school geometry had a 100% passing rate again for this year. Algebra 1 at the high school improved by 5.7 percentage points in levels 4 and 5. Geometry at the high school demonstrated an 8.6 percentage point increase in levels 4 and 5. And Algebra 2 at the high school achieved dramatic growth, posting a 19.4 percentage point increase in proficiency. Fort Lee continues to outperform the state average in grades 3 through 7. And when we looked at the evidence statement analysis, we noticed that our students need some continuous support with mathematical reasoning, modeling, and multi-step problem solving. Next slide, please. This chart shows how students in Fort Lee performed across grade levels and courses. Over 60%. Over 60% of our students are meeting or exceeding expectations in most courses, and we see consistent vertical strength in grades 3 through 6. Next slide, please. When compared to state averages, Fort Lee students outperform their peers in nearly every grade and course, with the exception of grade 8 math as well as algebra 1 and geometry at the high school level. But as I stated in the previous slide, we do see improvement in those courses. Next slide, please. This 3-year comparison shows continued improvement across grades. When you take a look at this in more detail, we can see an increase in the percentage of students in levels 4 and 5 in most grades. And if you focus on the percentage of students that are exceeding expectations, you will see an 8.8 increase in this performance level between grades 3 through 5 over the course of the 3 years, and a 19.2 percentage point increase in this performance level between grades 4 through 6 over the course of the 3 years. So we're happy to see such great movement from proficiency to advanced proficiency over this 3-year period. Next slide, please. Yes, you did, sorry. At the middle and high school levels, results show steady improvement. Algebra 1 and geometry at the high school both rose sharply, while Algebra 2 made significant gains in proficiency. So this growth reflects the success of our vertical articulation that we've actually been focusing on for the last several years. Next slide, please. This slide shows a 3-year comparison of proficiency in grades 3 through 6. Students in these grades continue to perform at high levels, maintaining strong proficiency rates, and over 70% that have remained steady over the last 3 years. At the middle and high school levels, results show steady improvement. Over the last 3 years, we see notable gains in grade 7 math, as I stated earlier, in Algebra 1 at the high school, in high school geometry, and in Algebra 2 between the spring of 24 and 25. We also want to celebrate the proficiency in geometry at the middle school, and we do notice a dip in the 7th grade math, and we're taking a closer look at that. But we are happy to see that our focus on math achievement is showing year-over-year increases in proficiency. Next slide, please. This slide shows subgroup performance across all grades. We're able to see that the majority of our students are achieving proficiency in math across most subgroups, while we still have to focus on proficiency in other levels. This chart shows a comparison of performance in each subgroup across the last 3 years. We're happy to see steady growth across each group year over year, with considerable growth in our students that are identified as being more than one race or ethnicity. Next slide. This slide shows performance in different subgroups across all grades. We see that over 50% of our multilingual learners and students with 504s are achieving proficiency on the math and GSLA, while overall we do have to continue to take a closer look at our students with disabilities and our economically disadvantaged students. Next slide. Looking at the 3-year trend and performance with these same subgroups, it gives us a different perspective. We see notable growth in performance for our economically disadvantaged students and our multilingual learners, and we see slight growth with our students with IEPs. This chart tracks the cohort of students, again, who have been in Fort Lee since kindergarten for grades 3 through 6 math. As you can see, their performance exceeds overall grade level averages, reinforcing that consistent exposure to our instructional program leads to long-term achievement in math. Next slide, please. This slide again focuses on our middle school and high school cohorts, students who have been in Fort Lee since kindergarten. As with our elementary cohort, students in most of these courses outperform the overall group, again, reinforcing the strength of our overall K-12 instructional program. So in math, in response to this data, our focus is going to continue to make sure that we teach, assess, and expect from students that they all line up clearly from one grade level to the next. Teachers are working together in cohorts to break down the standards so that lessons really target what students need to know. And we are also expanding win time in grades 1 through 3 to provide additional support in math. We will continue to use the STAR 360 benchmark assessment to track progress. and we are going to be supporting teachers through ongoing professional development. For middle school math, high school, we want to continue to see that upward trend, and we will be offering families some family math nights to strengthen the homeschool partnership. Next slide, please. Our K-12 academic support programs for math include basic skills in grades 1 through 6, essentials at the middle school, strategies courses at the high school. They all offer additional support in small instructional groups when needed. It's important to note that these courses are not replacements to a student's core math course. They are additional academic support. So in addition to our support courses, we also use different types of supplemental resources that are listed on this slide to offer support to our core instructional resources. And then outside of the school day, just like ELA, we will continue to offer tutoring to students who meet eligibility criteria. Next slide. And now we will take a look at our science NJSLA results. In grade 5, we saw a 3.9 percentage point gain in proficiency and advanced proficiency. This continues to demonstrate a 3-year upward growth pattern. Students scored over 25 percentage points higher than the state average in proficient and advanced proficient levels. And growth was most notable in analyzing and interpreting data and critiquing practices. In grade 8, we maintained consistency with stable performance and a 5.4 percentage point increase in level 4 scores over the 2 years. And again, in grade 8, Fort Lee students continue to outperform their state peers. In grade 11, we posted a 4.9 percentage point increase in advanced proficient scores from 2023 to 2025. And overall proficiency at this grade level increased by 5.9 percentage points. And again, this grade level scored substantially higher than the state average. Next slide. This chart shows how our students performed in grades 5, 8, and 11 in the spring of 2025. And in grade 5, we have over 50% of our students scoring at the proficient or advanced proficient levels. Next slide. When compared to the state average, again, Fort Lee students continue to outperform their peers by a significant margin. This 3-year comparison shows steady gains, particularly in grades 5 and 11. Grade 5 proficiency increased by nearly 4 percentage points, and grade 11 advanced performance grew by almost 6 points. And overall proficiency in all 3 grades has increased by 3 points over the course of the last 3 administrations. This slide shows a 3-year comparison combining the percentage of students who earned a proficient and advanced proficient score. The bar graphs are a bit of an easier visual than the chart on the previous slide. And again, we see steady gains in grades 5 and 11 and stable performance at grade 8. This slide shows science results by subgroup across performance levels. The largest portion of students in most group falls in level 2, ranging from the mid-30s to nearly 50%. However, level 1 ranges more widely. But while levels 3 and 4 together make up roughly 1/3 of the students in most subgroups. So our goal over time is to shift more of our students from level 2 into the proficient and advanced proficient categories. This slide compares 3 years of science results by subgroup, showing the percentage of students who achieved proficiency or advanced proficiency. It's important to note that while we're comparing performance in the same grades over 3 years, these groups consist of different students. And across most subgroups, we see upward movement. This slide shows science performance by subgroup. Economically disadvantaged students are fairly even distributed, somewhat evenly distributed, while students with 504 plans perform, it looks like performs the strongest. So, and we still have work to do with our multilingual learners and our students with IEPs, and these patterns also reinforce the need for the sustained improvement over time as we continue to help support our students in science. This slide shows 3 years of subgroup performance in science, each bar within the same subgroups as the previous slide. Each bar again combines the proficient and advanced proficient groups. This slide shows science performance for students who have been in Fort Lee since kindergarten. So once again, we're looking at the cohort of students that have been in our district continuously since kindergarten. And as you can see in grade 5, 64% of students scored in the proficient or advanced proficient range. By grade 8 results, we see are better than the overall performance of the district. And grade 11 shows a similar pattern with 55% proficient or advanced proficient. So overall, again, these results show that students with long-term exposure to our science curriculum have a stronger performance. Next slide, please. So this slide outlines the steps we're taking to continue improving student performance in science. Over the last 3 years, we have done professional development. We've also worked with our staff to take a look at their assessments and ensure that their questions are more aligned, not just with the NJSLA, but with standards. And we've acquired additional resources to help improve performance. And this is the last slide. I choose to end this way because we look at a lot of numbers and colors and words, but these are just some of the faces behind those numbers. Oh, Jason, go back to that slide. Thank you. So you can see they're engaged in science activities, math, language arts, and it really, it's a tribute to our teachers, to our administrators, to our families, also to our board for their support. But I always think it's important to put faces to numbers to show what we do each and every day. So thank you. Next slide. And there's the last thank you slide. So thank you to everybody. Thank you for our administration for coming out. I know you've been here late, but I appreciate the support and the work that you do with our kids and our staff every day. So thank you. And President Richter, that concludes my superintendent's report.
Thank you.
And administrators, you're free to go. Unless you want to stay.
Thank you so much for staying.
All right, let's move it along. Do we have any committee reports? I know Vice President Morrell thinks we should forego the committee reports so we can get this meeting going. Do we have any that could be brief? I don't even know.
Very briefly, the NJ school board conference was this past week. It is 4 days where we offer classes, meet with vendors, meet with other board members from across the state of New Jersey. This is my second year attending, and it is such a rich and enriching experience. I hope that I take a lot by learning. One thing I would like to bring to the curriculum committee going forward, and I suggested to Ms. Colasso that we would bring vendors who we don't know much about their service, but they're critical. For example, proximity. What exactly is their virtual product like? To invite them to our curriculum committee and use those meetings for us to learn. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other committee reports? Okay. Board members have questions or comments on the agenda or any other item?
Well, thank you, Diane, for that slide where you put, K to 12 for students who have been in our district since K. It's so telling.
It's very telling that the students who started in our district from K, the disparity between those who aren't with us from day one. And I hope there's a lot for us to learn and meet the needs of those students who may not have started with us from day one. So thank you for doing that work.
You're welcome. After I do this presentation, that's often the question that I get. So just thought we would include it this year.
I just want to make a comment on resolution 6B, having Mike Rinderknecht join our team here in the district feels like to me like we won the lottery. And so Diane, thank you for reaching out to him. I mean, he's so well known and seasoned, and I'm looking forward to working with him and having him in the business office.
Any other comments? Okay, nope. All right, before we open the floor to the public, we have several walk-in resolutions that I'm gonna read. We have 10B, and it reads, therefore be it resolved that the Fort Lee Board of Education hereby affirms HIB investigation number 295680, LFC 09112025. Findings for the following student, ID number ending in 1984. 11B reads, therefore be it resolved that the Fort Lee Board of Education hereby disenrolls the following non-resident student from the Fort Lee Public Schools, ID number 9343. 12B reads, therefore be it resolved that the Fort Lee Board of Education hereby disenrolls the following non-resident student from Fort Lee Public Schools, ID ending in 0380. 13B, therefore be it resolved, the Fort Lee Board of Education hereby disenrolls the following non-resident student from Fort Lee Public Schools, ID ending in 0120. And 14B, therefore be it resolved, the Fort Lee Board of Education hereby permits the following non-resident student to continue enrollment at the Fort Lee Public Schools for the remainder of the 25-26 school year at the advertised prorated tuition rate. And that is ID ending in 97. So the walk-ins, 10B through 14. I have a motion to open the floor to the public.
Motion.
Second.
Motion Morales, second, Knight. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? We will hear first from members of the public physically located here tonight, then we will take questions and comments from those participating remotely. Participants are all limited to 3 minutes in which to make their statement. For remote participants, please select the raise hand button. District Tech Coordinator, Mr. Ruggiero, will recognize you in the order of raised hands by lowering your hand. Please unmute your microphone. Everyone is reminded to state your name and home address for the record. Please limit all comments to 3 minutes. Do we have anyone in the public who wishes to speak this evening? Come on up to the microphone, please. Please just speak into the microphone so people at home can hear you. Thank you. Your name and address for the record.
I'd rather not be seen on camera. That's okay.
I don't know how we do that. She doesn't want to be seen on camera.
The camera's on. So everyone else is gonna be seen on camera. in the public comment.
Okay, so I'm actually here tonight to,
Just name and address for the
oh,
record.
sure.
Thank you.
my name is Nish. My address is 2400
It's your last name.
Arundel. Address 2400 Hudson Terrace.
Thank you.
I'm here tonight to address a few of my concerns with one of the public schools in Fort Lee. So my first concern is the school system. What are we doing about teachers that are continuously getting suspended for the same situations over and over? And for some strange reason, being pulled back into school to work and teach our kids. I had an incident recently where I felt as though no one in the school helped me, and I felt very helpless, especially my 4-year-old special needs son, where this incident was actually swept under the rug for over a year. And the way I was able to find out was through gossip through the school. Secondly, the way they went about it, the school never called me. They never emailed me, sent any note at home with my son. And I'm really worried because he's still attending that same school. And I'm not sure if the teacher is still in the building, but it's worrying at this point. So I wanna know that when I drop off my son every day at school, I feel as though he should be safe, especially because he's special needs and he does not talk. So who is there to protect him if I'm not there? It's kind of tough to know that, you know, my son is being abused by a teacher and it's not being handled the right way. And not only is it my child, but I'm hearing many different stories from other parents where they're actually concerned about their child being abused as well. So I'm just here for some answers. You know, I feel like I've been waiting a week or two to hear back from someone with, you know, some compassion or some sympathy, where my child, my nonverbal child, can't speak for herself, so his mother can't speak for him. And I don't find the situation funny either.
I don't think anybody's finds it.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
So, are you finished with your comment?
Yeah, I am.
So, the board is not gonna be able to respond to your comments in public right
I'm
now.
not asking anyone to.
I let you speak, I didn't interrupt you, I'd ask if you don't interrupt me. The board is not gonna be able to comment on any confidential student matters or any pending investigations. So, I understand you're here, you're looking for answers. If you'd like to reach out to the superintendent, I would suggest you do that. She can respond to you with whatever information she can respond to you with in a private confidential forum.
Right.
But those responses aren't gonna be coming from me.
I'm not asking for anyone to respond, neither am I trying to ask anybody to laugh at my situation either. Because I didn't come here for that. But you have your good that.
Is there anyone else in the public who wishes to speak? Do you want to step up to the microphone?
For what?
To be smart about it.
No, unfortunately, we can't address confidential matters to public.
No problem.
Anyone else in the public wish to speak?
Good evening, Andrew Goodman, 326 First Plaza North, here in Fort Lee. Two things. Look, I know we've been talking a lot about the bus tracking, and I know last month you said it was being tested. So the question is, what's the status of that? Like, you know, we're gonna see any update on that? You know, coming soon? Yeah, you know. Also, I noticed on the agenda, I think, sorry, in reference to it, it's 6B at the, board administrator. This year, this calendar year, we've gone through, I think it's like 5 interim BAs. Now, on the agenda, we're hiring another interim. I was wondering why we're hiring another interim, why not just hire someone for X amount of years, you know, it seems like it's revolving door, basically, like the BAs, you know?
Okay. Okay. You want to talk about bus?
Sure. So the bus tracking, I will have an update for you for the next board meeting. I know that Mr. Sakasan was working on that. I do have my weekly meeting with him this week, and I will provide an update at the next board meeting. As far as the business administrator situation, we are doing our best to make sure that we have the most qualified, best individuals in the right positions, and that is what we will continue to do moving forward.
Anyone else in person wish to speak?
Kimberly Graham, I live on Murray Road. I'm here over the position that I created for Training Point USA, not be at our high school. I'd like to reiterate that I'm fine with an unaffiliated young Republican club or an unaffiliated Christian club or high school, just not USA. We already have a problem with bullying school. Many of us are stopping last year because some kid decided to pass another one outside the school grounds. I want to say that, do we really need any more division and gas into the fire with having TPUSA at our multicultural? TPUSA is not in charge of exhaust rhetoric, glorifying destructive Christian, conservative Christian, cisgender, heterosexual whiteness, but done anything or anyone that didn't line up with his ideas. I am a child of the 90s, a geriatric millennial, if you will. I know the rhetoric well, because it's the same rhetoric I grew up with in my conservative woman upbringing. It's the same rhetoric I continue to fight against as an adult in that same church as a bisexual woman who only publicly came out 4 years ago because it wasn't emotionally safe for my younger self to date women. If I chose to date a woman, I was evil and sinning when science has confirmed otherwise. The rhetoric of them telling me that my only calling in life is to be an accessory to a man, to make and raise kids is what will make me the most happy. And if I'm not completely happy doing solely that, something is wrong with me. Having Charlie Kirk talk about gay people grooming children to be gay, like it's something bad, learned, or can rub off on other people is abhorrent. In a similar vein, his rhetoric of women going into college for an MRS degree is just as familiar and painful to have to fight against. College has value. It's not just to find a husband or have a backup just in case your husband dies or something else, and you have to support yourself. It was hard enough being a queer female kid in the Mormon church in the 90s, where queerness was still looked down on everyone within, and anti-feminism reigned supreme within the church. I had hope for Gen Z and kids in Gen Alpha that things were getting better and turning the corner with more acceptance towards queer people, and that a greater awareness of women's struggles were also turning the corner with feminist men in our own generation now. I thought I only had to still deal with this type of stuff with select people within the confines of my church. Having TPSA at the high school was going to be a big step backwards for our kids. It brings the struggles I have within my church to their everyday lives, forces my kids and others to face the scrutiny and bullying I faced as a kid, and I thought we had overcome as a society. The people for the Turning Point USA Club in our high school would have you believe.
I'm gonna ask you to finish your last sentence, I'm sorry.
Okay. That the organization itself doesn't encourage and foster hate. I can't continue on with that, please.
I'm sorry, thank you. Anyone else in the public wish to speak? No? Okay, Mr. Ruggiero?
Angelique, you've been promoted to panelist. Please unmute your microphone and feel free to share your video. Please state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes. Angelique?
Yes, I'm here. How are you? I don't have so much of a actually I do have a question. My name is Angelique Lennon. I live at 1275 15th Street. I just have more of a comment in regards to the first woman who stood up and spoke. Based off of her questions and based off of the response from legal and the committee or the board, forgive me, why wasn't there direction given to that parent on how the proper protocol should be? Because I felt like that was a very dismissive interaction, and I have a little concern with how that was handled. And I understand there was some private matters that were addressed, but I didn't think that the board or the legal representation that was there gave her the proper next steps that she could have taken to kind of solve her own problem. So what is the board's role and or the legal's role when a person comes up before the board to discuss a matter that is of concern? Because she seemed like she had a couple of concerns. What is the proper protocol? How does this all work?
Are those all of your questions?
Yeah, that's pretty much. I just want to get a better understanding. And I think that other parents who are watching or maybe present, when they have concerns at the school level and they bring it to the board meeting, what is the proper process?
Okay.
So I'll allow the superintendent to speak more toward the process. As to comments in public here, the board cannot respond to questions and comments regarding a number of different topics. One of which is anything that has to do with students, which is confidential, anything that has to do with personnel, anything that has to do with legal negotiations, things of that matter. The board cannot respond to those types of comments. As to how to address concerns of a private nature to administration, I'll allow the superintendent to answer that portion of the question.
So when a parent has concerns, depending on the concern, if it's grade or an assignment, something that's happening in the classroom, it should address the teacher first. That's what we encourage parents to do, because often they can get an answer right there. If a parent is not satisfied, they are certainly welcome with that response. They're certainly welcome to reach out to the assistant principal, even a curriculum supervisor. And if the parent is still not satisfied with the response, then their concern would get escalated to either the assistant superintendent or the superintendent's office. And then depending on the concern, we would respond accordingly.
Mike Asso, you've been promoted to panelist. Please unmute your microphone and feel free to share your video. Please state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes.
Can you hear me? Mike Osso, 230 Warren Avenue, Fort Lee. I just want to come on and say welcome first, Michael Riggender Connect, to our district. If you're anything like your dad, this district is in very good hands. The next thing I want to clear up is that this Club America is not a hate speech. It's not a phobic group. It's nothing. These are insecure people that think this. And understand one thing, these students that are starting this, and my son is the founder of this, they're not spewing hate. No one should be in fear of them.
Yeah, he froze on us. We lost him. Let me see if he comes back.
He comes back, we should let him finish, right? Yeah. If he comes back, let him finish what he started. Oh.
I'm sorry.
You froze up.
So I'm sorry. This fallacy that this is a hate group is nonsense. I would never, ever teach my son to hate. And none of his friends, and many of you on this board know my son and his friends. Are they hate speech people? Are they transphobics, homophobics? No, they're not racists. They're conservatives. So all this nonsense spewing, the only people that are preaching hate is the people, these adults, that are preaching against this club. They have an advisor. Do you really think the advisor is going to be teaching hate speech and racism? No. So they're all welcome to go and speak at the podium, but don't you ever think that for 1 second, anything that pertains to my son and his friends that want to start a conservative group are going to be quiet, because it won't happen. And that's it. That's it. That's all I have to say. But anyway, again, great job hiring Mr. Rinder Connect. And let's keep it going. Peace, everybody. Oh, by the way, the Blue Jays up 4-2. Peace.
Mihail, you've been promoted to panelist. Please unmute your microphone and feel free to share your video. Please state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Hi, Mihail Comonescu, 254 Town Hunter Road. So, got a couple of questions. First of all, I haven't seen in a long while like a treasury report, and I'm kind of curious how things look up for the district. Last time we stopped, it seems like we were kind of short on receiving funds and nothing from there. Therefore, I'm kind of looking forward to see a new report showing that we are actually getting more money. And another thing, I agree with Mike on the TPUSA point. I do think that kids should be allowed to start clubs. I don't see how this would cause any hate or uh, inflate spirits. So far, during the past few weeks, we only have seen attacks from only one side of the aisle in regards to this. And it looks to me like somebody's trying to take away rights on people to just express their free speech and freedom to associate with ideas. So I'm fully supporting Mike and the formation of this club. And I think the board should consider letting the club get established. So that's my two topics. Thank you.
Thank you. He was making a comment.
Christos, you've been promoted to panelist. Please unmute your microphone and feel free to share your video. Please state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes. Christos, you're muted.
Hold on.
You're good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Chris-
want your video or not?
No, I don't care. Christos Kotsoyanis, 281 Tom Hunter Road, Fort Lee, New Jersey. So you all need to ignore the hysterical noise from this out of touch petition regarding Club America. This is not a debate. This is about free speech. And if any extracurricular club is permitted in our schools, then Club America must be permitted. No exceptions, no delays, no pandering to wildly insane petitions. I actually can't believe we're sitting here entertaining a petition to ban a student club. This is madness. I'd like to remind all of you that these are the same people who push drag shows for little kids, demand mixed sex bathrooms where boys and girls share space, and cheer when men dominate women's sports. But the moment a conservative club may someday, God forbid, have a discussion on the importance of family, the sanctity of marriage, the role conservatives play in our republic, or the fact that men are men and women are women, they rally to preemptively petition to stop it. What twisted world do we live in when the same people who preach tolerance can't tolerate science, history, or a free thought that isn't pre-approved by the grand master of political correctness? Here's a message to those petition signers. You can't wipe the slate clean of reality and create a school of robotic conformists. That's not education, that's indoctrination. Our schools are supposed to teach civics, that people can disagree, express ideals, and still coexist in one community. So make no mistake, this club will form because free expression isn't negotiable. So board, lead with courage and show our students what a truly free society looks like. Anything less is a betrayal. Thank you.
Jeff Katsos, you've been promoted to panelist. Please unmute your microphone and feel free to share your video. Please state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes. You're muted, Steph.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Steph Cotso, Tom Hunter Road. I'm very concerned about the first woman that spoke. I'm sorry I didn't get her name, but as the mother of a child who was in special education for his whole existence in Fort Lee, I find it very troubling what she was saying, that she feels that her special needs child is in an unsafe situation, and I think this needs to be dealt with immediately. Also concerning is that there's people that want to push sex education on these special needs children when we already have a mother right now speaking out, talking about that she doesn't feel her child is safe with the person that's in the classroom with her child. So this is a major issue. Second, I'm actually in shock that we have to hear about people's bisexuality at the Board of Ed meeting. It's utterly ridiculous. We just watched Mr. Knight's posters be taken down all around town, Paula and Casey's posters. We've seen them shot up with these paint pellets. I don't know what's going on in this town, but I can tell you this. There are thousands of parents who want to know what is going on in their children's classroom. Avoiding it is not going to get better. The parents need to be more involved, not less involved. The high school parents need to be more involved, not less involved. And I was a little bit concerned about the numbers. It seemed like the English as a second language students actually have higher math scores. So I would like someone to touch on that. Do they come into our country having a stronger foundation in mathematics? Because it seems that their scores are higher, I could be wrong, but higher than the students that are just in our district. Anyway, I am very troubled by what I heard tonight. I hope it's dealt with. And cutting off a mother who's speaking and telling her nobody was laughing when she obviously felt like someone was laughing that's sitting on that dais, and I don't know who it was, is not acceptable. That's it.
There are no more raised hands.
Thank you. May I have a motion to close the floor to the public? Motion Rubino, second Morel, all in favor? Any opposed or abstentions? Okay, moving on. May I have a motion to approve items 1B through 14B, including the walk-ins? Motion Morel, second Fires Kang. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Fire Kang.
Yes.
Ms. Colback.
Yes to everything but no to 10B.
Mrs. Curry.
Yes.
Mr. Knight.
Yes, to everything except for 10B. So,
10B is the walk.
yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, to everything? Yes, to everything.
Mrs. Kotak.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Ms. Morel.
Yes to everything except 10B.
Mr. Rubino.
Yes, except 10B.
Mrs. Richter.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve item 1B and G?
Motion.
Second. Motion Morel, second Curry, roll call, please.
Fires Kang.
Yes.
Ms. Colback.
Yes, except no on the three uses listed in 1B and G that have already passed. The dates have already passed.
Curry.
Yes.
Mr. Knight.
Same thing. Yes, except for the items that are passed.
Mrs. Kotak.
Yes.
Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Ms. Morel.
Yes.
Mr. Rubino.
Yes.
Mrs. Richter.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve item 1S?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Rubino, second Morel, roll call, please.
Mrs. Fires Kang.
Yes.
Ms. Colback.
Yes.
Mrs. Curry.
Yes.
Mr. Knight.
Yes.
Mrs. Kotak.
Yes.
Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Ms. Morel.
Yes.
Mr. Rubino.
Yes.
Mrs. Richter.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve items 1 CUR through 3 CUR?
Motion. Second.
Motion Morel, second Kotang, roll call, please.
Mrs. Fires Kang.
Yes.
Ms. Colback.
Yes.
Mrs. Curry.
Yes.
Mr. Knight.
Yes.
Mrs. Kotak.
Yes.
Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Ms. Morel.
Yes.
Mr. Rubino.
Yes.
Mrs. Richter.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve items 1F through 9F?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Curry, second Rubino, roll call, please.
Mrs. Fires Kang.
Yes.
Ms. Colback.
Yes.
Mrs. Curry.
Yes.
Mr. Knight. Mrs. Kotak.
Yes.
Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Ms. Morel.
Yes.
Mr. Rubino.
Yes.
Mrs. Richter.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve items 1P through 20P?
Motion. Second.
Motion Morel, second Kotang, roll call, please.
Mrs. Fires Kang.
Yes, except to on 5P, I'm gonna abstain from the first name.
Mrs. Colback.
Yes.
Mrs. Curry.
Yes.
Mr. Knight.
Yes, and on 13P, Chloe Lovejoy is part.
Mrs. Kotak.
Yes.
Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Ms. Morel.
Yes.
Mr. Rubino.
Yes.
Mrs. Richter.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve item 1 POL?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Kobach, second Morel, roll call, please.
Mrs. Fires Kang.
Yes.
Ms. Colback.
Yes.
Mrs. Curry.
Yes.
Mr. Knight.
Yes.
Mrs. Kotak.
Yes.
Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Ms. Morel.
Yes.
Mr. Rubino.
Yes.
Mrs. Richter.
Yes. Just before we move on to any old business or new business, I want to say thank you to Dr. Hayes. This is his last meeting with us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, but I mean it, Ms. Colossal got it right the second time. thank you for having me. It's been an honor to be here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is there any old business before we move on? Any new business?
I just wanna invite everyone in Portly out to, Bradley Park on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Varsity football team. Let's go out there and support them tonight and cheer them on to victory. I think we got ways for it.
What time is game
Bradley
time?
Park,
6.
6 p.m.
I just, that's not for.
I just want to thank the 3 people that are on tonight's agenda that are retiring. Christine Romano dedicated 17 years, Peter Romano 5 years, and Karen Lallo 12 years of service. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the good work you did with our children.
Thank you. All right, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Kovac, second Kotang, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you all.
Thank you.
Sorry for the long night.